Welcome back to Narrations. Some stories begin with magic. Some begin with destiny. And some begin when someone who has spent their entire life believing they are nothing suddenly discovers that being seen matters more than becoming powerful. Aladdin is a story about identity, loneliness, and learning that love cannot grow from pretending to be someone else. In the bustling city of Agrabah. Life moves through crowded markets, narrow streets, and endless noise. Merchants shout. Children run through alleyways. And above the entire city rises the Sultan's palace. A world of luxury separated completely from ordinary people struggling below. Among those people survives Aladdin. A street thief. Quick-witted. Resourceful. The kind of boy who survives through charm and speed because the world rarely offers him kindness freely. Beside him is Abu. Tiny monkey. Loyal companion. Together they steal food simply to survive another day. Yet despite poverty, Aladdin carries gentleness inside him. He gives bread to hungry children even after risking punishment to obtain it. And perhaps that is what makes him emotionally compelling immediately. The world treats him as worthless. But he still wants to believe he can become more. Still, the city labels him clearly. Street rat. And over time, people begin absorbing the names the world repeats about them. Meanwhile, inside the palace, Princess Jasmine feels trapped in an entirely different way. Surrounded by luxury, yet emotionally imprisoned. Her life is governed by rules. She must marry Prince, must remain inside palace walls. And though people admire her beauty and status, few care about what she actually wants. Loneliness exists at every social level. One night, Jasmine escapes the palace disguised among ordinary citizens. And there, she meets Aladdin. Neither knows the other's identity fully, which allows something rare to happen. Authentic connection. Aladdin treats her not as princess. Jasmine sees him not as thief. For a brief moment, both experience freedom from roles imposed upon them. But the illusion cannot last. The palace guards arrive. Jasmine is returned home. Aladdin is arrested. And above all this manipulation stands Jafar, the Sultan's royal advisor. Cold. Calculating. A man obsessed not merely with power, but control. Because insecurity often disguises itself through domination. Jafar seeks magical lamp hidden inside the Cave of Wonders. A treasure accessible only to the diamond in the rough. And astonishingly, that person is Aladdin. Not prince. Not warrior. The poor boy everyone dismisses. Jafar manipulates events carefully. Aladdin enters the cave successfully. Inside, a world of impossible riches surrounds him. Gold mountains. Jewels glowing in darkness. Yet the cave contains one true treasure. The lamp. And when Aladdin rubs it accidentally, everything changes. The genie erupts into existence, an explosion of energy and comedy. Wild. Powerful. A being trapped inside service for thousands of years. And despite all his humor, there is sadness beneath him too. Because infinite power means little without freedom. The genie offers Aladdin 3 wishes. Suddenly, the boy who had nothing can become anything. And immediately, his deepest insecurity surfaces. He does not wish for wealth first. He wishes becoming prince. Because he believes Jasmine could never love someone like him otherwise. And there lies the emotional heart of the story. Aladdin does not think his real self is enough. The genie transforms him into Prince Ali. Spectacular. Wealthy. An enormous performance of status and confidence. The arrival sequence dazzles Agrabah completely. Animals. Music. Parades. Everything exaggerated because Aladdin thinks worth must be proven through spectacle. Yet despite all the luxury, Jasmine remains unconvinced. Because she recognizes performance immediately. Only when Aladdin accidentally behaves like himself again does genuine connection return. They share magic carpet ride beneath stars. One of Disney's most emotionally intimate moments. And during that flight, Aladdin briefly forgets pretending. Jasmine sees sincerity beneath disguise. Still, the lie remains. And lies built from insecurity eventually grow heavier than the person carrying them. Meanwhile, Jafar grows suspicious, obsessed with obtaining the lamp's power himself. Because unlike Aladdin, Jafar desires power only to dominate others. And soon, the magic that transformed Aladdin's life may become the thing destroying it. Because the more Aladdin enjoys being Prince Ali, the harder it becomes admitting who he truly is. Aladdin finally has everything he thought he wanted: wealth, status, the attention of the entire kingdom. And yet, the closer he grows to Jasmine, the more terrified he becomes. Because every moment of connection now rests upon a lie. The boy who once dreamed of being seen has hidden himself completely. Meanwhile, Genie becomes more than magical servant. He becomes friend, encouraging, protective, and beneath all the comedy and endless impressions, Genie quietly longs for something too: freedom. Not merely physical freedom from the lamp, the ability to exist as himself rather than tool for others. That longing creates emotional mirror between him and Aladdin. Both feel trapped by identities imposed upon them, one by poverty, the other by magic. Yet Aladdin keeps delaying truth. Because insecurity whispers dangerous things. What if Jasmine only loves Prince Ali? What if the real Aladdin is not enough? And perhaps many people understand that fear deeply. The temptation to become version of ourselves we think others will accept more easily. Jafar eventually steals the lamp. Manipulation and ambition finally succeeding. And once he controls Genie, everything changes instantly. The balance of power collapses. Jafar uses wishes not for joy or connection, but domination. He becomes Sultan, then powerful sorcerer. And Agrabah transforms under fear immediately. The imagery grows darker. Storm clouds gathering around palace once bright with color. Because tyranny always reshapes emotional atmosphere first. Aladdin is exposed too. His identity revealed publicly. Not prince. Street thief. And the humiliation devastates him. Because he believes truth destroys any chance of love or respect. Jasmine feels betrayed understandably. Not because Aladdin was poor. Because he did not trust her enough to be honest. And emotionally, that distinction matters. The problem was never who Aladdin truly was. It was believing his real self needed hiding. Meanwhile, Jafar's power grows increasingly monstrous. Each wish making him more consumed by control. And eventually, he wishes becoming most powerful being on earth. A genie himself. Unlimited power trapped inside magical prison. And there the story reveals one of its most important truths. Power without freedom becomes another form of captivity. Jafar is defeated by his own greed. Dragged into lamp alongside Iago. And suddenly, the danger ends. But one final emotional decision remains. Aladdin still possesses final wish. He could use it becoming real prince permanently. Living safely inside fantasy he created. Yet after everything, he understands something now. Love built upon false identity can never fully satisfy. So instead, he frees Genie. No conditions. No selfishness. Simply because his friend deserves freedom. And this choice transforms Aladdin completely? At the beginning, he used wishes to become someone else. Now, he uses final wish to help another person become themselves. Genie's freedom becomes one of Disney's most joyful emotional resolutions. For first time in existence, he belongs to himself. The Sultan changes too, realizing tradition should not imprison his daughter emotionally. Jasmine can marry whoever she truly loves. And finally, Aladdin stands before her honestly. Not Prince Ali, not performance. Simply himself. And that honesty creates real connection at last. Because Jasmine never needed perfection. She needed authenticity. The final scenes glow with warmth and possibility. Magic carpets soaring through skies. Genie exploring world freely. And Aladdin no longer ashamed of where he came from. The street rat, the city dismissed, became hero not through pretending to be prince, but through kindness, courage, and learning his true self already held value. And perhaps that is why Aladdin remains timeless. Because beneath the songs and magic, it tells deeply human truths about insecurity, about class and identity, and about how desperately people want to be loved without needing disguise first. Aladdin began the story believing worth depended on becoming someone else. He ends it understanding real love begins only when someone sees who you truly are, and stays. Aladdin isn't just about magic lamps and flying carpets. It's about identity, self-worth, and learning that pretending to be someone else can never bring genuine happiness. Sometimes the greatest wish isn't becoming extraordinary. It's realizing you were already enough before the world told you otherwise. If you enjoyed listening to this narration, please like, share, and subscribe for more movie stories. I'll see you in the next one.